Hello everyone, and welcome to the Digimon EV News for April 2025. My name is Rordrik, and I will be going over the news that has been going on in Digimon of April 2025. I've delayed this a little bit, thinking that we get a lot more stuff coming out after Digimon Con and the big deluge that it gave, but it seems that we're only getting so much, so might as well get on with the news. Over in the card game, we had a tease of Digimon Elysian coming. I'll explain what very little we know about that. There's 2 starter decks that have come out, the World Convergence booster pack is coming, and also a Tamer's Evolution box is coming as well, for those of you who want to spend a whole lot of money on this game. Over in the VPets, we'll be talking about the D3 coming out, both its regular version and the Digimon exclusive deluxe edition, and we also have the Digital Monster Color Godzilla 70th edition coming as well. Over in the anime, we have Digimon Beatbreak coming. This will be the first time I've talked about it in the news video, so that's coming in October 2025. Over in the movie side of things, Digimon Adventure BEYOND happened, so that's kind of a movie. I'll give you a really brief rundown of what that was and what I think happened to cause that to occur from what I've been able to hear. But it's a little bit, that's about all we're getting from it, so there won't be much more to see there. Over in video games, I talked a lot about Digimon Time Stranger in another video, but we'll also be going over some of the new teases that have been coming out. That is something that has been giving more. We'll be talking about many of the Digimon that have been revealed that will be in the game, and some of them even a little bit more information about them. Over on the merchandise side of things, we have a Godzilla different posters and figures coming out. We have the merchandise that was talked about at Digimon Con that I can find and talk about. And Digimon Liberator continues to move on as it always has been. All of that information and more coming up in the Digimon Evening News. So, let us first dive into the card game as we always do. So, Digimon Elysian was the thing that was talked about at Digimon Con. I haven't talked about it much here yet because, well, there wasn't a whole lot of information about it. They showed us the single trailer, it gave us the new Digimon of Gemmon, and it showed us a little bit of what it would look like. It had a lot of different menus, and even if you look at some of the card game battles, it looks like the Tamers were like in the battle with the Digimon. I don't know if that's just how the layout currently is, because usually the Tamers are below if we're doing the card game, or this is something that's going to be a little bit different than the card game as we know it. We have very little information to go off of yet, but it is a card game coming to the mobile client. But even the closed beta that is supposedly coming to Japan, we haven't heard any more information about, so I wouldn't get too excited that this is coming out particularly soon. On April 18th, we got the Protector of Light and Hero of Hope starter decks, ST20 and 21. If you are fans of Digimon Adventure, these starter decks are all about them. They have all of the different Tamers, the 8 original Digimon, all of their different forms and everything. It is very much another homage to Digimon Adventure. No one is surprised about this because we know what Digimon loves. I mean, starter decks are always a great place to start. If you buy the newest starter deck too, as the power creep is there in Digimon, maybe not quite as bad as some other card games, but it is still there, don't get me wrong. And so if you buy the newest starter decks, you may very well have a decent start to get into the card game if you're looking to get started, as we dive into the World Convergence, which globalization is happening on April 25th. This entire set has cards from all of the different series of Digimon, which is very exciting if you've been around like me since the beginning and know a lot about the different Digimon. There is another adventure deck, there are Tamer cards, there's Frontier, there's all sorts of things. But the biggest thing that we've been talking about is Appmon, with the App Fusion keywords and Link keywords that are brand new to the game. So it will bring a whole new set of things that you'll be able to do with just them. I highly doubt these are keywords that will branch outside of Appmon, but we may get a few more of them in the future. And there's also the Tamer's Evolution box, which will supposedly release in December, and is $200. I mean, you get some specific art that you won't find for cards anywhere else. You get a nice battle mat, you get some D6s, or six-sided dice for those of you who don't know tabletop RPG speak. That, I mean, it all looks nice, but it's just a real fancy collector's item that won't have anything that's truly you can't get anywhere else except for alternative art. Over on the VPet side of things, we have the D3 25th Color Evolution that will be shipping in July. It is 11,000 yen, or $80 for just the base version of these. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are reasonably impressive for VPets. I mean, you can train with them, you walk with them, you battle with them, you can get items, you can have really small conversations with the other Digidestin and stuff. They are relatively complete devices, but $80 is more than most AAA games at this point. I'm surprised that the pre-orders are already done and probably have already sold out then of these devices. I mean, you can still go to other outside sites and find them to still purchase. But through Premium Bandai, because that's just how Premium Bandai works, pre-sales are already done and over with. But if you're looking to get the deluxe edition, the Digimon edition, which does come out with some other things as well, it's $120. Hey, if you enjoy your VPets and are willing to pay that, all the more power to you. Good luck, have fun. I hope they're everything that you wish they will be. And these will be releasing sometime in either October or November. Also, they were, as was discussed at Digimon Con, we were talking about the Digital Monster Color Godzilla 70th edition, a War Greymon version and a Machine Dramon version. These ones will run you roughly $66. Once again, pre-orders have ended for these, but these are the collab ones that are definitely a little different. The wraps at first always look really weird to me until you look a little closer at them on some of these, and some of them are very cool, and it's all about G-Cells, I think it's called, in Godzilla. I am not a big Godzilla fan, so I don't know that much about these. But once again, pre-orders have closed, but you can find them on other sites outside of Premium Bandai still if you're looking to pre-order one, and they will be releasing in around August to September. Over on the anime side of things, Digimon Beatbreak was announced. It is coming in October of 2025. We have seen our main character and his supposed Digimon. Many people are calling it Gekomon, but we already have a Gekomon at home, so I don't know if they're going to call to Digimon the same thing. I would assume we're going to get something at least slightly different in the name, even though Gecko meaning moon, it would make a lot of sense. And the anime Portal, because I can't even bother to spell portal right, over on the Digimon website, has really nothing else more about it. I've been waiting long enough, keep checking in, and there has been nothing yet. But I mean, October is still 6 months away, so we have quite a bit of time before that will be coming. Over on the video side of thing, as I talked about, Digimon Adventure BEYOND happened at Digimon Con, and it was a brief about 5-minute video or so that showed some pretty cool stuff. It showed the adventure cast getting rid of the O2 scum to tell them to go take a hike so that they could actually get together and do a battle. A lot of little things happening. Izzy hacking into things, Akari almost getting possessed again, that Gatomon had to pass out, shutting the door in Mako's face to say that she doesn't belong with the group. Tearing through fort walls and a whole bunch of different armor evolutions. It looked really cool, but it gave us absolutely no answers about anything. Supposedly, from what I've heard, that this was because this is what the original creator of Digimon Adventure wanted to have happen, and this has nothing really to do with Kazuna, even Try, or O2 the beginning. This is something else entirely. So this is not what's wrapping up to make the O2 epilogue make any more sense, or anything to move that storyline further along. Supposedly, they are giving it a rest, and this will be the last thing in the adventure timeline. There won't be anything more for a long time. I don't know if I believe that yet. They love Digimon Adventure, they will milk it for all it's worth. So, only time will tell if they are really telling the truth on that one. Over in video games, the big news is Digimon Story Time Stranger. This is continue to actually give us some more information, unlike a lot of other things. We still don't have a release date, except for that it's coming out in 2025. We haven't had anything confirmed about the Switch 2, but it's on all other platforms, pretty much, or anything on the Switch. But there have been a bunch of Digimon that have been released over on X that they have been continuously telling us about. The first one that they released was Medieval Gallantmon, which is a cool looking one, and if many of you have been around Digimon for a while, you actually know that this wasn't one that just came up in Digimon Liberator. He's actually been around for quite a while. Way back on a Pendulum he first appeared in. And then Mojiamon is also revealed, which is one that hasn't been seen in quite a while since the original adventure. He's kind of been one of those that have been forgotten, so he's a welcome sight. Dolphamon Rage Mode was confirmed, which wasn't a surprise because he was already in Cyber Sleuth, but it looks like he had a new attack animation, so maybe that's why they wanted to show him off. And then Parrotmon was revealed, and he looks mean. He looks charged up and attacking apparently the central tower, so we may have to fight him in a boss fight. But also they decided to reveal even more recently Eaglemon, or Crossmon, maybe you know him as. So we're getting both of them, which he's really only been seen in the DS games or in the couple of more recent animes. So it's interesting to see more of him. Marukimon, or Mercurymon if you use a Japanese name, has also been confirmed, and he is the leader of Central Town, so he will likely be a very important figure, as I assume we will be going to Central Town relatively often. And then the Bearmon brothers. There are a pair of Bearmon that will be here. One is timid, and one is aggro. And they will tell an unbelievable story, or some such. So there have been many speculations about this, whether one Bearmon the timid one might die, so the other one digivolves to Marsmon to avenge him, or we get Callusmon, for those of you who know him from Digimon Cross Wars and he's never been seen again. There's no way to know yet, but there are more information slowly coming out of Digimon Story Time Stranger, so there is hope that we will continue to get more, and eventually there will be a release date, right? Over in the merchandise side of things, we have seen the Digimon Crossover is not just the VPets. There is the Metal Greymon and Godzilla figure that was shown off at Digimon Con, and it is pretty freaky looking. If I'll have to be fully honest. Looking at it from outside, it looks great, but the front, it's probably meant to look pretty creepy, and it sure does. These will run you 15,400 yen, or $107. These things, once again, are difficult if you just look through their main website on Premium Bandai to find, of course, but there are other places you may be able to find it still, and these will ship after August 31st of 2025. Now, they also showed us off a Skull Greymon and Machinedramon version of these figures, but they weren't painted, they're still being developed. I will guess that they will be roughly the same price, and may be coming out at the same time or a little later. There was also the Godzilla poster that they showed at Digimon Con, which showed off all 4 of the Digimon that are being corrupted by these G-cells, but there is no release date yet for anything international for us to be able to get our hands on them just yet. The other 2 things they showed off at Digimon Con were these Digimon Adventure balloon figures that, once again, you cannot find them at all on the Digimon Premium Bandai side of things, but I've been able to find them on some off-site places for roughly $48 for an entire set of 8, which, you know, for these smaller figures, it might be slightly expensive, but compared to some of this other stuff, it's quite more manageable. And the other final thing that they showed off at Digimon Con were the Blind Plabaco model kits that are from the Shanghai division. These include War Greymon, Metal Greymon, Omnimon, and Magna Angemon. Each one of them has a different variant that is transparent or some other slightly different addition. You can get these for roughly $17 per box because these are blind. So these are gachas, these are gambling on which figurine you're going to get, which everything is going towards, but is not a very consumer-friendly thing to do, so I am not particularly happy to see this. And finally, Digimon Liberator. Well, it continues to roll on. Digimon Liberator has continued on with issue 13 now live. It is a bit of a time skip, and there is some interesting things possibly happening here. All the different things that are developing, it seems like it's bringing a whole nother section of things that could really blossom into something interesting. But I've had 12 issues to see what you're going to do beforehand. It's probably going to be a lot more of just the card battles and grind everything to a halt. That's going to be so slow that not enough time with so many characters. And maybe even another one on the way that looks like that might be part of the novel team. I don't know just how much more I can really be into this than I already have been. Hopefully it'll prove me wrong and get better, but I don't know. I cannot yet recommend it any more that if you've enjoyed it, you'll continue to enjoy it. If you have fallen off and don't enjoy it, I can't see anything yet that will make you change your mind. Maybe it'll happen, but we'll have to see. There are a few tips that have also come out. Tip 23 talked about the card battle between Shoto and Owen, which if you've been reading Liberator, you're well known about, and that issue did do a little bit to establish more of Shoto and Owen's relationship, which could be interesting, but if they had done anything with his memory being different or something, if it had been anything more, I might have cared more, but seemed just so simple. I've not been impressed with Liberator for quite a while. And tip 24 was talking about the world building, which is one of the few things that is the most interesting to me about Digimon Liberator at this point, is its world. Lacuna is rather interesting. Talking about the Amethyst City, how it's quite the place because it's the final place unlocked, there's lots of different mysteries to it, and it's the Sky Spire corridor that you can even have flying cars and everything, which makes it an exciting place to be. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you're looking for more information about Digimon Story Time Stranger, here is my video that talked about everything that we learned about it there. And if you're looking for another video from me, here's what the YouTube algorithm thinks would be really interesting to you. Are they right? Why don't you watch it and let me know?